After moving countries, my husband and I are facing the monster of bureaucracy and financial vulnerability that almost all immigrants are so familiar with. A couple of weeks ago, we woke up happy, thinking that, yeah, this is our home now, but in just an hour, we were told that nope, not yet. The turbulence that we are in is nauseating at times, and I'm not even talking about the global situation, political and financial. It feels like the dark chaos is taking over everything, and it's scary. But this chaos doesn't necessarily have to be destructive, and that's why in today's video I'll share with you 5 habits that can help survive everything that is going on with you, me, I don't know, whoever, in a very thoughtful and self-compassionate and kind and deep way. And in the end, I will offer some housekeeping / update moment for regular viewers and friends of the channel. So if you're interested for that a little informal chat, stay until the end. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Anna, and this channel is about the gentle philosophy of finding and nourishing your true self through meaningful ideas, relationships, and things. Modern information universe plays on our laziness and reluctance to do research and actively look for something. It's always easier to open a feed and just see what you're suggested by an algorithm that seems to know you pretty well. But it doesn't do the most important thing. It doesn't challenge you. It doesn't question. It always approves your choice and feeds you more of that. For example, if at some point here on YouTube you watch a video that plays on fear and insecurity and says something like, oh, we are not going to survive the financial crisis, then you will be fed more videos just like that would make you accept all the doom and gloom. Last month I finished reading a really interesting book called Filter World, and I highly recommend it if you ever wondered or noticed that you are no longer choosing or searching things online or in your mind space, that you are just passively consuming information and whatever is fed to you by all sorts of algorithms that we are surrounded with. The author makes a very important point there, that taste is not passive, it requires effort. And all the trends that are suggested to us by algorithms do not form taste. They only gratify coping all the time. I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but this is how I feel. I feel like our individualities are slowly erased, and if in the end we are nothing but diluted personalities with no original depth, it will be so easy to carry us away with a storm, darkness, chaos, whatever you want to call all the processes that are going on now. Taste's moral capacity, the idea that it generally leads an individual toward a better society as well as better culture, is being lost. Instead, taste amounts to a form of consumerism in which what you buy or watch is the last word on your identity and dictates your future consumption as well. So maybe instead of passively absorbing trending hot takes, it's worth begin to build a small personal space of books, essays, art, or whatever you like in order to fortify yourself, to make you more immune to algorithms and to imposed opinions. Whenever I choose to stop scrolling and skimming content and instead I go down a curiosity rabbit hole, it leads to something meaningful that changes something in me, that gives birth to an original thought, insight, or feeling that are thoroughly experienced and not just copied. The most basic, cliched, yet very true advice for turbulent times sounds like control what you can. But I want to suggest you a slightly different approach that can work better for highly sensitive and anxious minds. Keep wide and steady attention instead of frantically trying to control small personal domains. Sometimes it happens so that even the slightest control is unachievable. Even the inner state is uncontrollable. This is what happens to me when I'm caught up in chaos. I cannot control anything. And the piece of advice that is always given, like you can control how you perceive things, your attitude. No, sometimes you cannot do even that. And by trials and errors, I figured out that steady and wide attention helps a lot. When you observe it all, the fear, the uncertainty, the parts that you cannot change, you see it all, you are attentive without any reactive responses and with a lot of self-compassion. In my Patreon video this week, I talk about such things in a more detailed way, how I'm making my life better this autumn, no matter the challenges and bumps on the road. And if you like my videos on this channel and you want to become part of a smaller community, which is much safer to share more personal things, you should check out my Patreon page. The link will be down below, and you can join and leave anytime you want. There are no strings attached. This habit is something I took from my husband. He loves Carl Sagan and introduced me to his pale blue dot idea. Whenever we both felt paralyzed by the panic, the unfurling chaos, Brian would remind me of where we actually are, on a pale blue dot of a planet, a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Again, it's about expanding the focus and reminding ourselves who and where we are, and also inviting a broader perspective. This habit requires quite a lot of inner capacity for reflection and acknowledgement without falling for the belief that since we are just specks of dust, then nothing matters, that the world is absurd and there is no point in anything. It's a philosophical question, and unfortunately no one and nothing can provide a valid answer. But whenever you choose to zoom out, suddenly it becomes a little bit clearer what is worth your anxiety, fear, and worries, and what is not. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all its vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. This is something I talk so often on this channel and beyond. As a naturally melancholic person, I don't accept the ideas of oppressive optimism and toxic positivity as a magic potion against the chaos. The other extreme of dark pessimism is not appealing to me either, and in the times of turbulence and uncertainty and the overall numbing grayness of everything, it might be worth to embrace some thoughtful melancholy. Allowing ourselves to feel the weight of the world can be a form of profound intelligence and respect for reality. 3 years ago, I made a video about sadness and melancholy and making dumplings, and since then, nothing really changed in my attitude, so that's why I want to quote myself from that older video. It is the acute realization that everything in the world is transient, that the past has gone forever, with the loved ones, places, loves, old adventures. I try to never run away from that feeling, because if you stop for a moment and let yourself watch it in all the details, you will see how beautiful it is. We admire the beauty of the leaves in autumn, knowing that they're going to fall down and never dance in the wind again. We are amazed by the change of color, by the mysterious metamorphosis. Now I would add that with autumnal sadness, we always know that spring will come, inevitably, because this is the order of seasons. But when it comes to chaos and turbulence in our personal lives or on the global scale, it often feels like this withering, tragic withering is irreversible, that it will last forever. But it's important to remember that history has proven otherwise. Thoughtful melancholy has nothing to do with catastrophizing. It can be about allowing yourself to actively contemplate on a large and troubling issue. You can draw it, write about it, dance it, cook it, whatever your medium is. This is a way to express and honor your feeling and not letting it leak into your entire day. Which leads me to, I already started talking about it actually. It leads me to my favorite habit of dealing with chaos. And if you've been a regular watcher, viewer of the channel, you already know what I'm talking about. The core idea here is the following. Passive consumption of chaos causes anxiety, while active creation within it leads to agency. The act of creating is the process of taking the formless, overwhelming energy of the outside world and shaping it into your own meaning and form. Creativity is one of the most essential parts of my life. I cannot live without it. It's my oxygen. And before, I used to think that when I create, when I write something, I make something with my hands, like crafting or making art, that during that process, I escape from the reality. But now I see it differently. When we create, we don't run away from the chaos, but we interact with it in an almost alchemical way. Although we cannot control chaos, we can change it, turn a single moment of its existence into something that bears meaning. This meaning doesn't have to be groundbreaking, changing lives or something. It can be just enough for you to find solace and contentment and a new understanding of things. Turbulence, be it global or personal, imposes the feeling of helplessness, which is not untrue. We can do so little, but at the same time, we can still make so much. If you're a regular viewer on this channel, you probably noticed that now I make one video every 2 weeks instead of weekly videos. And there is a reason for that. At first, it was a necessity because of our big move from the Republic of Georgia to Serbia, but then I found out that I actually like making fewer videos here because of my love of quality over quantity. Besides, this summer I've done something that I've been thinking about for quite a long time. I've started a new YouTube channel, which is all about art, building a personal art practice and keeping an art journal. This June, I have finally decided that I should give it a try and see how it goes. And in the end, it happened to be one of my best decisions that I've ever taken this year, or maybe in my life. I don't know. I don't know yet, but time will show. But so far, it has bring me so much joy and contentment and, I don't know, the feeling of wholeness. There I post every 2 weeks as well. So I have quite a tough content making calendar, but I think I have found the golden middle, the best schedule for me to work on without burning out and without sounding like a broken record all the time. I want to be authentic and thoughtful about what I share, and hence is this recent diversification of my content, of my channels. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not leaving this particular channel. I remember very clearly those moments when some of my favorite authors on this platform suddenly stopped making videos, and I felt heartbroken because, parasocial relationships are real and we form connections with our favorite authors, favorite creators here. And I don't think that it's worth disrespecting it. I respect you so much, and you matter to me a lot, and I want to be honest and transparent, and hence I make a promise to stay here. And I also do it as a viewer too, because I watch a lot of YouTube. Right now I'm trying to reduce my watching time, but I still have my favorite authors, although they don't even know about my existence because I have never left a single comment under their videos. But this is how it feels. This is how it is, and I just felt like saying this to you. I don't know why, but maybe it helps. Maybe if you are that person who has watched me for a year, for several months, for several years since the beginning of the channel, and you have never left a comment, and you don't even, so you think I don't know about your existence. I do, trust me, and I value your time and attention and gentle presence here so much. This particular video took me 2 hours to think through, to research, to write down, to script everything. And yes, first I write all the texts for my videos, because this is how I process the information. This is what makes it easier for me to talk to you, as I'm not a native English speaker. And then after I finish filming this in a minute, it will take me another 10 hours to edit, to put everything together, to add the music, to produce, to upload. This is a lot of work, but this work is something that I enjoy doing so much, and it is possible only thanks to you, thanks to your time and attention, thanks to those of you who tip me, or those of you who have chosen to pay me monthly on Patreon. Thanks to it, I can make videos here. I can make videos on my second art channel. And by the way, the link will be down below. If you are also passionate about building a personal art practice, I will be happy to see you there. And that said, and I feel like I'm rambling, but this is why I postpone this chat until the very end of the video. This is something I do for my Patreon videos. I'm just being more personal and more relaxed, as if we are having some tea together. So thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And for now, be safe and keep your heart open. And I will see you very soon. Пока-пока. Oh, and by the way, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I will be very happy to connect with you down there. Пока-пока.